Sangye Shindu Idewar Hidro Kunanda Shingla Chupasho Irang Guru Ratna Mandala Kam Niryatayami
Sangye
Chidam Sogi Chognamla Changchu Bardu Dagni Kyapsushi Dagi Chunyen Gibe Sunam Ki Jola Benshir Sangye Drubarsho
Sangye
Shedang Soki Chognamla Jamchu Bardu Dagni Kapsuchi Dagi Chunyen Gibe Sunam Ki Drola Benshir Sangye Drubarsho
Sangye
Chidam Soki Chognamla Jamchu Bardu Dagni Kapsuchi Dagi Chunyen Gibe Sunam Ki Drola Benshir Sangye Drubarsho Shogadi Shmogadi.
Aaron had a meeting about the yoga studio this morning.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Okay. Is she all right? Is she better?
Yeah, I think, well, she's doing pretty good. Is Mr. Wu here today? Is anybody?
I haven't seen him.
He's not here right now.
He's not okay.
He was planning to come.
Okay, he told me he was coming. Oh, wow.
Makyab.
Yeah, Mark, yeah. Okay, did Lord Buddha teach Sansara Nirvana? To whom and why?
Well, if you ask the author of our text, he taught the ultimate definition of emptiness to everybody.
Oh, that's an interesting way to look at it. So he never said anything about 5 heaps.
That's figurative.
So he never said it.
Oh, he never said it.
He never taught
I wouldn't
it.
say
He
that.
did teach it.
In the first turning of the wheel, yes.
Yeah.
Did he say that Sansara and Nirvana were real?
That's not what I'm asking here, but did he teach about a real Sansara Nirvana?
Did he ever use?
Real? I don't know.
So maybe
Probably. I mean, it's claimed in the first turning of the wheel he talked about it as self-existent.
It seems
I don't know
that
what
way,
he
and that's what I'm implying. Yeah, that he talked about it that way.
Yes, he did.
To
There
whom?
are good deeds. There is
To students who were ready for that sort of teaching.
Who were ready for it, or who were only
not ready for that.
Only, I mean, ready and only ready.
Yeah, come on in. It's okay.
Everybody.
You don't really.
Why?
You can't open the door.
Too comfortable in.
Is it the downstairs folks?
To help them to start getting good seats in order to be ready for the
Yeah,
next
yeah.
teaching.
That's what the guy in China says.
Yeah.
Let's see what I wrote, because I don't. He taught it to chivas to make them into paktas. That's what it says in the text.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Why did you misspell samsara?
Oh,
Good one.
I thought maybe that an M is not supposed to come before an S in Sanskrit, and
S is
maybe
nasal.
everybody. Yeah, that when an M comes before an S in Sanskrit, it's supposed to change
An
into
M?
an N.
To a nasal. Yeah.
When a
So
ma comes before a sa in
ma?
Sanskrit.
yeah. So the word
Visarga.
so samsara, to spell it samsara, is a mistake, and it's confusing.
Transliteration with pronunciation.
Yeah, and which is very, very, very common.
So I'm
Okay.
writing in pronunciation here.
Which was started by the British,
I'm not trying to write
okay.
with the Sanskrit.
like Sri Lanka, okay, or Sivananda Yoga Center,
Or Krishna.
yeah, or Krishna instead of Krishna, okay. Anyway, here we go. Number 2.
What do lower schools think happens upon reaching nirvana?
Gyunche.
Gyuncheba.
Yeah.
disappear.
Wait, that's incomplete.
Bempo Kunche.
That's incomplete.
Pemric.
Pemric. And that's mispronounced.
Hemrick.
Pemric. Yeah, okay. I'll buy that.
Okay.
Which means the discontinuation of.
The mind and the
mind, the body.
particulates.
Yeah, you have to say mind and matter.
The physical and mental.
You have to say mind and matter.
Mind and matter.
Yeah, okay.
I didn't even put Pemric. I was trying to make it consistent with what's going on in the text.
You're just assuming your readers know.
Yeah. Well, just what it mentions.
Yeah, okay.
Could you cut off the body and mind if samsara comes from its own side? If not,
Could you
I
blank?
mean, I didn't think it. If not, why teach samsara that way?
If.
Yeah, I know. I didn't have.
This is called Tapatasangarikpa, which means no. Come on, we had it.
My things that don't even exist, so.
Arguing something that doesn't even.
Yeah, highly theoretical.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a very famous kind of logic. Tapatasangarikpa. Okay.
Give the Tibetan for the different kinds of teachings that Buddha gives. And that question is for those of you who don't know it. Those of you who I don't think already know it.
Okay.
Even you, Gibson, don't get to answer that Tibetan
Yeah,
for that
Gibson.
one. All right, Gibson.
Wait, which one? Which word?
The Tibetan for the different kinds of teachings that Buddha gives depending on who's listening.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
If you can figure that.
Optional Sanskrit.
Oh yeah, you could give Sanskrit for it. That'd be
Extra
cool.
credit.
Yeah, that's 1,000 extra points if somebody can. Do this.
Oh boy.
That's gonna go down in mixed nuts history and like your permanent record.
Your permanent record.
You get a nut in your ears. You get a nut tattooed to your forehead.
Yeah, basically. Your neck.
Okay, I won't.
A neck almond. All right. So, anybody answers?
I actually don't know what the answer is.
Are you
I don't know if it's a very
Are
quick
you
question.
referring to appropriate to in Tibetan, that word?
For first question, could you, according to Gyaltsab Je, and I realize this question is less clear than I wanted it to be, and I didn't have a lot of time, I'm sorry. Could you cut off the body and mind as samsara comes from its own side according to Gyaltsab Je? That kind of samsara, could you cut it off? Could you even cut
Probably not. Yeah, probably not.
Yeah, you couldn't.
Gyaltsab Je?
Yeah, it comes from, because if it were coming from if it existed by definition that way, you wouldn't be able to put a stop to it because it comes from its side.
Okay.
All right. So why would you teach samsara that way?
To help Shivas become popular.
Yeah, to help Chivas become pakas. And then what are the Tibetan?
And how does that relate to Nagarjuna's text, which you are translating?
Oh,
Because his book is using
Yeah.
lower school teachings to show how the Buddha taught emptiness, the ultimate emptiness, in their book.
yeah. To
Yeah,
show them
good.
that they already accept it based on their own scripture.
Good.
That's what Nagarjuna is trying to argue to the lower schools with his 60 verses on reasoning.
Yeah.
And so you know, what we're working on here is Gyaltsab Je's commentary to Nagarjuna's 60 verses on reasoning. Okay, so anybody want to give me the Tibetan words for the different kinds of teachings that Buddha gives depending on who's listening?
Excuse me. What's the reasoning in the 60 verses on reasoning?
I know.
What's the reasoning?
In the 60 verses on reasoning.
I don't know if we've gotten to it yet.
Yeah, I mean, it's something I'm not clear. You
Yeah.
know, somebody must be using proofs.
He did.
That gives you a clue.
He did use the one so far that we came across where it's like, if arhats, if considered children,
Yeah.
they're already seeing things correctly, so they should be arhats by now.
Yeah, they should have reached Nirvana by now.
So there's a little reasoning.
I think, or it could be he's showing that the Buddha presented the reasoning for emptiness even in the Hinayana.
Yeah.
It could be that, but we don't know yet.
Are you looking for Changme?
Yeah, that's what I'm looking for.
Yeah, I
And
thought
you
so.
weren't so-
I
Yay!
know, I was waiting.
But why is it so long if it's just Chang'e?
Because it's the English
Why?
too.
Because there's
Yeah.
two questions in that thing.
Oh, you can't stop that kind of sense. How the Buddha's being figurative to help his disciples.
Okay.
Sanskrit for Chang'e?
I actually thought you were saying.
Niyartha and
Oh,
Nayartha?
Nayartha and Nitartha.
Nitartha. Cool. Yeah.
But I don't think there's a word. Yeah.
Or 500.
Oh, okay.
You give away points.
Yeah, you take it, then he gives
Well,
it
you
away.
know,
We're waiting for him to give away money.
it's coming. Because I'm
Okay.
going to be rich soon. Can you take the plane, please?
Okay. Thank you. Nice homework.
Guys?
Okay. Let's see. All right then.
Whoops.
Here we go, lad.
Where are we?
I believe we're here.
Okay. Aha. Kumite. Nipala? Wait a minute. Yes. Okay, I'm with you.
Okay, please read loud, and Anton's gonna correct you. Come on, find something wrong with him.
Dolph.
I mean, his tie is absolutely crooked.
Hitting a piece of
His shirt, he didn't iron his shirt either. It's like he slept in it.
Hey, I just got this shit.
Okay, I'm just kidding.
Nipala. Pak pe ma sik patang. Pe tepa ni so. Pangpo ni.
Good,
Te ni sik nam jik ten tang.
good.
Nyangen de padlom sem me.
He's got the nice rhythm on the poetry, so you can't even criticize that. Okay. Don't worry, you'll forget by next time.
We'll get you.
Pak be masik means what?
Well, those arias don't see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a weird way to introduce a section. This is the section on what Aryas don't see. Okay? This is a section on what people who see emptiness directly don't see. So it's kind of a cute, he's cute all the time. He never does anything that's not cute. And de tepa.
That's correct.
Yeah, the correctness of that. We don't know what's that yet.
Yeah.
Okay?
It's two
It could be
things.
the Aryas tepa, it could be their seeing is tepa, we don't know.
Yeah. There's
Okay.
two though.
Yeah, so here's the first one.
Well, is this root text? Is this a verse among the 60?
Yes, it is, and I'm sorry we didn't have time to block it.
That's all right.
Excuse me.
Hold it. You all right?
I don't want to give the joke away by reading the root text. You'll be able to read it once we finish the commentary, so let's go to the commentary.
Okay.
Because then it will reveal itself. It'll be more interesting for you.
No. We didn't get to this yet. It's
Didn't
just
we do this
similar.
yet?
It's very similar.
Yeah. It's all been similar
Previous
this
life,
term.
I'm starting
Yeah.
to remember previous life stuff.
No, we had,
It feels similar, but it's totally different.
we had Dekonani for Deni before.
Yeah, right,
Right, that's
exactly.
true.
Yeah. But it wasn't followed by Englands and dudes.
Okay, cool.
Okay, read this part.
Take
Sorry.
ngun sung sik pe pakpa nam ni njik ten pangja tong yang en len de pa lang char lom sen shing shen pa me la tok par min che to.
Yeah, okay.
Thank you.
Now he kind of defines Arya,
Yeah.
Cool.
which is, go backwards. Arya,
Where are we? Oh yeah.
start with Pakpa, Arya.
Oh,
These
okay.
guys directly
They
see
see
such
directly.
See directly
suchness.
suchness, which is kind of the definition of an Arya.
Does the sa make it a past tense seek? Like they've seen suchness?
No, that's,
No,
that's
it's
how it's worded.
yeah, it doesn't have.
Okay.
But he's glossing the Sikh, Deni Sikh Nam. Okay?
The guys who didn't.
That's a gloss of Deni Sikh.
Okay.
Those who see suchness,
Yeah.
Tattva. Okay. Namni.
These guys.
Now we've had three pairs of things,
Yeah.
and we got to remember which one we're in at any given time here. We've had Yepa and Mepa,
Yeah.
Mopo and Ngame.
Ngopo and Ngome, and we've had Korwa and Nyangde.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah.
So the first one, Yume,
Yeah, man, it's been using it for the two.
existing or
Not
not
the unreal and
existing.
the unreal.
the existing, no,
Oh, that's
Ngome.
yeah.
Sorry, Yepa and Mepa, existing and not existing. Ngo and Ngome,
The real and the
the
unreal.
real and the unreal. And now we have Korwa and Nyangde.
Samsara and Nirvana.
Sansara and Nirvana. So, you know, he'll say those two. And then you're going to do some work and try to figure out which one he's talking about. But right here,
Right.
he has used the word Jigden for Korwa. That's all you have to know. That's all you have to know. You know, you have to know that. If you don't know that, you don't know what he's talking about. Okay? So he's glossing. Who started this problem by using Jigden for Korwa?
Nagarjuna.
It's in the root text.
Yeah.
And he's glossing it for you, okay? Well, actually, he does not gloss it for you.
It's kind of by
Okay.
implication glossing it.
Yeah,
He glosses.
so the world
Yeah.
and nirvana. And world here means samsara.
Samsara.
Okay, so,
Jingtian.
Jingja. Now, Pangcha,
to give
Get
up,
rid of
thing
it.
to be getting given up,
the thing to be given up.
Is-
Yeah.
Jigte.
is the world.
And yeah.
Meaning samsara. Nirvana is a thing to be.
It's actually an equal here. It's an equational sentence.
The world.
The world, which is that which we want to rid ourselves of, and then Yangde, which is a Langja.
The thing to be gotten.
Yeah, the thing we want to achieve. Okay, and then we have this R. Sorry.
Jar.
And,
So it's
Yes.
delusion.
maybe.
Yeah, delusion.
That-
That nice.
Yeah.
Delusion that.
That those are those.
Is it a delusion to say that the world is something we should give it up? And is it a delusion to say that nirvana is something we should take up?
If you think of it in the wrong way.
Yeah.
If you have attachment, shenpa,
And there's
But these guys, Topar Midze without an S.
they realize.
Yeah, without an S.
Oh, yeah.
They think.
They don't
They don't think.
imagine
Yeah.
that it's self-existently. And they have none of the Shemba that we've been discussing downstairs
Yeah.
as the cause of addiction. So
Attachments.
downstairs we're having this long course about how to use these ideas to stop addiction. And actually there's a guy with the largest addiction center in China is working with us in Guangzhou. Yeah. He's in the China soft power class. Sorry. Okay, so they have no Shemba. They have no attachment, but this is a deeper kind of attachment.
Wrong
Attachment to
belief.
things ascribes
like
Yeah.
weird feelings about it. Yeah, Shen.
So do we have some clue now about the name of this first section?
The thing
Yeah,
that
what
Aryas
they
don't
don't
see. Yeah, we do have a clue. They're not attached.
What is it that they don't see?
They don't see a self-existence outside
Nice.
nirvana.
Yeah.
So
Nice. What?
he didn't say that.
He didn't say that, but we're smart enough to figure it out. Okay.
Fine.
Okay.
Right, like he's just saying they have some kind of Shemba and some kind of Dokpa with that
That's
thought
true.
about it.
That's true. It is. You can write a. I always tell people write a letter to Gilson.
He'll
Don't pick on
probably
me.
elaborate.
Yeah, that's
We're not there in the text. I trust him.
My guess is I'm
Only the
gonna
first
translate it carefully.
But for the DCI people downstairs, for the people trying to show people how to cure themselves of addiction by understanding that addiction comes from them, this line is like earth shaking. This one right here. Tell me why.
Shempa Metta Tokpar means a do, that one.
Yeah. This line is like a big deal downstairs this week.
There is no attachment that they don't misunderstand.
You can peek at my note.
That is.
Yeah. He's
is-
making it in a positive.
There is no attachment. That is. They don't misunderstand
Yeah.
these things.
Okay.
Yeah, sure.
What did you just say?
There is no attachment to samsara and nirvana existing, self-existent, being self-existent. That is.
No, it's an equation. Equals.
Yeah.
Shemba me means.
Meaning that.
Topa means a.
They
Okay.
don't have mistaken conceptions about it.
What attachment means in Buddhism is not connected to I like big cars or I like big houses at all.
Oh, cool.
Right.
It's not that.
Yeah.
And here's Geltrup J saying it.
Right.
Yeah.
It's that you think you get it by hurting people or grabbing or competing. You see what I mean? It's very cool. Or drinking more. Wine, you think the pleasure comes from there.
I do.
And that's attachment. Shemba Mela, this law is equational. Equals
Yeah.
Topa Midze. They don't have attachment, meaning they don't have these
Misunderstanding.
misunderstandings. Okay, got it?
For an equational law, is that any case?
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I would call it a conjunction.
Oh God. So it's not. It's like not even a Latin particle then.
No, isn't there another?
Speaking of lot in particles,
Yes.
tell me something cute about this R. Tell me something significant that we have to do with this R.
Oh, we just said it.
Distributed?
No, they don't have delusion.
Damn, you are hot. You are hot.
Yeah. Okay.
Where does it have to be distributed to?
The Pangja.
On the Pang.
Yeah, Bang Jar.
Yeah.
They don't have delusions about A being B, and neither do they have delusions about C being D.
Would it be correct to
that's
have
even
put the
better.
R on the Pangja also? Like, would that also be correct about it?
It would be.
Okay, just
Yeah, he's a tough guy. He's a tough writer. Even his syntax is tough, much less his ideas. But And I keep feeling like we could go deeper in things, and I'm not, I think we have to sit with this text. This text has to, like wine.
Like it makes you wonder if the Shenba leads a little towards Jigten and the Tokpa leads a little towards Nyan.
Yeah, it might be something like that.
Wow, that's interesting.
Okay. Okay, go.
Te tak pakpala tempamayina pakpe dempa chitar ngyorshena. Just that?
Yeah. This is extremely deep, okay? This tiny sentence is extremely deep. And I have a feeling all his stuff is. Deta means those.
It was Sansara Nirvana.
I take it to be Sansara and Nirvana, okay? If they weren't taught for the Aryas, why not? He said it above.
They don't need it.
Because they
Yeah, they don't need it. Yeah, they don't need it. It was taught to people who weren't Aryas. Okay, the Buddha went off on Sansara and Nirvana to people who didn't understand. Okay, if then someone's coming up with a kachik. Okay, if the Buddha didn't teach about Sansara and Nirvana for the Aryas, then why do we call it the Arya truths?
Cool.
Okay, because the first two Arya truths relate to Sansara, and the second two Arya truths relate to Nirvana. Okay, got it?
Yeah.
So why you call those for the Arya truths? Now, what's the best mistranslation of Arya truths you ever heard?
Noble truth.
Yeah, noble truths. It's a bad translation of Arya. It's a mistaken translation of Arya.
Right.
And you can see it in hundreds or thousands of books. It's totally irrelevant.
Right.
It doesn't mean that at all. And here's an example of it,
Isn't this sort of just a silly question?
Comes from a society.
Because the artist, the realization of it, it's not taught to artists, it's their
Well, we're about to enter a very tasty section. A very tasty section for two reasons.
Nobles.
One, he's going to give two reasons why Arya truth is Arya truth. I'll say it again. We're about to enter a very tasty section because he's about to explain why Arya truths are called Arya truths and why they're not called Arya truths.
Great.
Okay? Secondly, it's tasty because I can understand it. Okay, so
Thank you.
I'm like happy. Okay, here we go. So if he didn't teach in the Aryas, why we call those Arya truths, meaning 2 plus 2. Sansara and Nirvana. Truth 1 and 2, and truth 3 and 4.
No problem.
Okay. Go ahead. I'm not going to read it. You're going to read it.
Thank you. Kumete gang shik tok na
What? The fruit? Tok, shin tok? Tok?
gang
Tok.
shik
Yeah. Tok na.
pakpar ngyor we na pakpar chepe denna
Yeah, I told you the punchline there.
pak dempa yang na pakpanam ki tempe
The typist fell asleep on his keyboard. Okay. It's definitely not a carving. The guy just fell asleep on the keyboard.
He's thinking about peanut butter.
Kin mete,
And there's no problem with that.
mayo and tea.
Yeah.
No problem, man.
Mayo in tea.
No problem, man.
Gross.
We call something a pakbe demba
We call something an Arya truth.
because let's see, if you toke it,
Realize it.
yeah, you will become a Arya, okay? So, or we could say it makes you an Arya.
Okay.
Okay, okay. The Kashik is a very famous beginning, yas in Sanskrit, and it's many stotras, many praises start with yas. I bow down to the one that I'm thinking, the one, there are many. Kangi Lodudumni, very famous Kangi Loduma, right? It starts with Kang, okay? So that thing, which, if you grasp it, you become an Arya. And therefore, that truth which makes you into an Arya is why we call them Arya truths, okay? No noble here.
Yeah.
Okay. And then he gives you a yangna in two ways. He says, or you could say, and then he says, or he goes like this, or you could say, or you could say, you could say, these are called Arya truths, go backwards, because they are dembas,
Because they are truths,
which are demba by Aryas.
which are taught by Aryas.
Yeah, Aryas teach them, so they're called Arya truths. Or they make Aryas into Aryas, so they're called Arya truths.
Yeah.
But they're not Arya truths because,
The truths are
Our
noble.
teaching
Because they're
is
noble.
bored.
no, the line before.
Because they won't make you,
Truths
they're
or
not gonna make you into.
Yeah, they weren't meant for Aryas.
Right,
Okay.
right, right.
Or you don't need to learn.
Okay. Meaning they weren't taught to Aryas,
Right,
which we already established.
right.
Okay. What?
For Arya.
What was not taught to Aryas?
For Arya truth.
Nice, nice. But Senyipa.
They're real.
But yeah.
Yeah, real. Don't forget the whole theme here. Buddha never taught real samsara and real nirvana to Aryas. And it's gonna come the question, did he ever teach it to anybody? Okay, got it? That's where we're coming from. And this verse, to be honest, it's about, look, Aryas just don't see them that way. You can teach samsara and nirvana to an Arya, and they will not take it as coming from their own side. They will not take pain from coming from they will not take pain as coming from its own side, and they will not take happiness as coming from its own side. So there's a whole theme going on here where, they don't understand the teaching as it's being given. Okay, but only Aryas. Okay, here we go. Okay, go ahead.
Te tama yimpar pakta kona la jugna. Pakpe tanye gie kyang. Mirik par nyor jikten na yang jitar. Tempatar netpa la pakpe tanye tu drop. So.
This is tough, and this is very Gyaltsab-je. And it's not really in the root text. He's kind of like going off, okay? And it's deep. It's very deep. He goes very, very deep. And it took me a long time to really appreciate it. This text is amazing. So anyway, Teta Mayimbar.
If it isn't that way.
Yeah, if it ain't that way, and if these things are only true for Aryas, meaning samsara and nirvana, if they're only true for Aryas, if you can only deal with things that Aryas can confirm, if you're only dealing with things that Aryas can confirm, in that case, the Pakpe Tanya Ge, which means the 8 expressions of the Aryas. The 8 Arya expression. No, it's gonna. I went and got it for you. Don't worry, it's nothing you heard of. Okay, the 8 Arya expressions. Okay, then mirikpa.
Those are incorrect.
They'd have to be wrong. Okay, they'd have to be wrong. So if it's only Aryas that get these statements correct about samsara and nirvana, then if you claim that, if you say the non-Aryas have no correct perception of what the Buddha was teaching when he taught about samsara and nirvana, okay? If you say non-Aryas just don't see anything, okay? Then you are denying what we call the 8 Arya expressions, okay? And why, we're going to get there. And it's very deep, okay? Gyurla, and also, because whereas law, soft, what do you call it? Conjunction. Soft conjunction, kind of. It could be either. It could be either. Yeah, oftentimes it's that. But here it's and also. What does this usually mean when someone says Jigten Nayang, Loka, in the Loka?
Even in
world?
samsara?
Yeah, even in the everyday world. It means that, look, even farmers are right about this, Even, Even Joe Schmo in the pizza parlor,
Except
who's a PhD, we're guessing, right?
probably.
Yeah, even the guy making a
These
pizza in the
days.
pizza parlor, even those guys, and usually they say even those guys don't make this mistake. You know, even normal people get this right. Okay, so anticipatory translation, expecting what might be coming, and then you can find it quicker. But don't expect too much, because then you'll twist it. Okay, so you have to balance, right? Okay, jikten na yang, even in the everyday world, jitar tembatar nepa, if something exists in the way that you describe it, we call it pakpa, like superior or true. You see, the word Arya in the everyday world of 500 BC okay, refers to a situation where the way it is and the way it seems match. But he doesn't say way it is and way it seems. He says the way it is and the way it's spoken of. Temba. And that's been the Buddha tembaing about samsara and nirvana. So if the way he describes it and if the way it is, are match. If there's, what do we call that? If there's a...
There's no discrepancy?
Yeah, if there's no discrepancy,
Yeah.
then we call it truth,
Okay.
or Arya. You see, it's a word for better. Okay. And he's
Playing with Arya?
yeah. It's an how do you call it? Changing the meaning of a term halfway through the.
Equivocation.
Yeah, he's equivocating. He says, listen, in the normal world, Arya means truth. Okay.
Yeah. meaning-
So, and if you say samsara and nirvana cannot have a deceptive version, okay, got it?
That's Arya.
Then you're saying that when we use the word Arya, we must be referring to two separate things also. That when we use the word Arya about things where there's no discrepancy, we're wrong somehow. Because you're positing a discrepancy. You're saying you can't present to a non-Arya the word samsara and the word nirvana, because they will always misunderstand it.
Yeah.
Okay. So there can't be any non-discrepancy with samsara and nirvana.
Got it. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Does it always have to be that way? Can we not, in the normal world, use the word Arya to say there's no difference between the way it looks and the way it is?
Right. Got
Can
it.
you not use this word to normal people?
Yeah. Basically, yeah.
Yeah, which means, can we not have what are called the 8 expressions of the Aryas? Okay. Now, the 8 expressions of the Aryas do not relate to ultimate truth. Okay? They do not relate to seeing things empty or non-empty. Okay? They're just called Arya because there's a non-discrepancy. What do you call that? There's a harmony. Rinpoche would say harmony.
Consistency.
Consistency.
Yeah, oh great.
Yeah.
There's a consistency. Arya means consistency. Okay?
That's cool.
Okay. If you think Arya implies they're the only people who can hear what the Buddha is saying, okay, at all, then there can't use the word Arya as consistency in the way it's used in the world. And let's go through the 8 consistencies, and then you'll have a better feeling for it.
Cool.
Geshe, I have a quick question. before
Yeah,
you do.
go ahead.
So is he basically saying that in India/Tibet, the word Arya or Pakpa was generally just used to mean something that is consistent or true?
Yeah, that's what he's saying.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
What's it literally mean?
Superior.
Superior, and it's found in the 3rd chapter of the Abhidharma Kosha to describe the altitude of Sumeru as opposed to the continents.
Oh,
Like
it's
literally
higher.
higher.
Sumeru is higher, is Arya, compared to the continents. And it means physical topography. This mountain is higher than this island, you know. And so it's used as a verb, to be superior, to be in a higher place. And then it came to mean a person who has seen emptiness. Okay. Higher being. Okay. All right. I went and got you the 8.
Thank you.
So let's read them. This comes from a commentary to Chinza, and and I don't know who wrote it. Okay, it's in our uncatalogued data.
I'm sure we could figure it out.
I just found a nice one in our. So we have a huge uncatalogued data, right? It's
Getting
made-
smaller.
Yeah, it's embarrassingly large, and it's been sitting there for 10 years.
More.
No, just sitting there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
We're chipping away at it regularly.
if you do that, then you have a work ethic, as I described it yesterday.
Broke out 300 texts.
Yeah, if you guys do that kind of stuff without me, I'm in heaven.
It's one of the main things we're doing.
I can start watching TV. Okay, so
Great YouTube videos I can recommend.
this is a Ngunbe Gen. Okay, this is a Ngunbe Gen,
Again.
Jewel of the Abhidharma. Okay, and it's a commentary to Chimza. Chim is an area of Tibet like Kansas. Chim Jambayang is the author, and this is a pre-Gelugpa Abhidharma text.
Cool.
And it's cool. It's very good. I think it's Kagyu.
What century?
13th century.
67.
13th century. Yeah. So it's called Chimza. It's called Kansas Abhidharma. Okay, like that. Okay, it's that place outside of Kiev where we go. We have our programs outside of Kiev.
Last term I also couldn't remember.
Yeah,
What's that? Huh?
Last term I also couldn't remember.
Uh-oh.
Which makes it a pretty good equivalent.
I'll remember it just after you leave. Okay. Irpen. Irpen. Yeah, so this is the Irpen Abhidharma. Okay, it's just like someplace out in the forest, you know, okay? Irpen Abhidharma. All right. Here we go. Please read.
Okay. Bona ge zeng ge bei dole pak ba ma yin pe tanye ge tang pak pe tanye ge te chu trup shepa la.
Stop there. Okay. The sutra on the 8 sets of 8. Gates and gate, gates and gate, the 8 sets of 8. Okay, and I don't know if it still exists. Somebody could check in the Kangyur. But the sutra on the 8 sets of 8. Oftentimes, when a sutra is quoted in the Abhidharma,
It doesn't exist anymore.
it's not available anymore. Okay, because they're so old. It was so old. Okay, it says there's 8 tinies. There's 8 expressions.
Yeah, okay.
Expressions for Papa Mayimbas.
For things that aren't people that aren't pakpa.
Good for people who are not Aryas,
Yeah.
or it could not be people here.
It could be things that aren't higher.
Yeah, consistent.
Uh-huh.
There's the 8 inconsistent expressions, and there's the 8 consistent expressions, and in fact that's what it means here. Okay. There's the 8 consistent expressions, and inconsistent expressions. When we get there, you're going to be disappointed because it's so easy, and it doesn't relate to emptiness. Okay, which is Gyaltsab Je's point.
Wait, that's his whole point.
Which is Gyaltsab Je's point. Yeah, Pape Tanya Ge. Which here's the day, which could be Dang.
Oh. And?
And 16. Here's an explanation of those 16.
For those 16.
Yeah.
For a total of. For a total, which makes 16. Okay, which makes 16.
Yeah.
And I'm going to explain these 16 to you. Okay, here we go. I put the numbers in for you.
Cool.
Hang on a minute.
Well, I'm looking forward to easy for a second.
Yeah, it is pretty easy. This is the kind of thing the texts you've been working with are true Gelugpa texts because we don't go over the easy stuff. It's just a tradition in Jetsun Kapa's lineage. We don't bother with the easy stuff. We don't name the 8 this or the 8 that. It's not about emptiness. According to Madhyamaka, Prasangika, the only thing the Buddha really wanted to teach ever was emptiness. So we kind of respect that. But anyway, here's an easy thing. Okay, all right, Towa.
Seeing.
Yeah, what you have seen and what you have
Heard.
How about I just go through?
Please.
Okay, we're going to speed up, so we can finish a section before January.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. We talk about what you can see, what you can hear, what you can realize, and what you can perceive, okay? And if you say to those, I didn't see, etc. And this is a famous Abhidharma thing where you don't go around saying you didn't see something that you saw. Okay? Did you see the $100 on the table? No, I don't know where it would be. And you're like, no, it means you lie. It means a lie, a discrepancy in the sense of a lie. Okay? You did see it, but you say I didn't see it. Now the rest are easy.
Heard something that.
Oh, heard. Yeah.
Didn't he tell you were supposed to get this assignment done by tomorrow?
I didn't hear nothing.
I didn't hear anything. Okay, then that's a discrepancy. Papa Mayimba. Okay. Topa is going to be explained later. And Nambashe, because they appear to be the same. To perceive and to understand. Okay? Maybe we go there. By the way, that's non-Arya.
Okay.
Discrepancy. Here's Arya. Tonwa la tonwa.
See what you saw?
You say.
Say what you saw? Oh, Mawa.
You did see what someone says, have you seen emptiness? I say, yeah, and I did. You still something like that. Did you see, to tell the truth, it means consistency, it means Arya, in this sense of Arya, consistent. When you say you saw something, you saw it. When you say you heard something, are you sure you heard somebody say that? Yeah, I heard it, and you did. That's called Arya-ish behavior.
And Arya being Arya?
Arya-ish.
Well, but here it's not relating to emptiness.
Right.
Okay, it's just,
Oh,
It's really
you see,
consistency.
by the way, to anticipate what's coming next, I'll say the following. Ready? You listening? You listening? We are only restricting ourselves to Kunzop Demba.
Okay, yeah.
Reality.
Deceptive reality. Deceptive reality. Okay, that comes up later. So in a way, there's already a contradiction.
Right.
Because that's a definition of deceptive reality. The way it seems and the way it
Appears.
is.
The way
It really is, yeah.
There's a discrepancy.
There's a discrepancy.
Nina.
So try to feel where Gyaltsab is going. All of these Arya things
Are not
that
Arya things.
are Kunzom, are non-Arya stuff. And he's going to play with that. He's going to go play with that, okay? Anyway, there's only one more thing you need here. You can figure out the rest of this.
Okay.
This is the part where we distinguish between the third and the fourth, which was...
Dog and Namshe.
Yeah, dog, which means to realize, and Nambashe, which means to be aware of. Now, why are those separated? Yeah, why you divide seeing and hearing is clear.
Sure.
But why you divide realizing and understanding is not clear. And our author, which is why I chose him, he says, why they don't say the same thing? And it's right here, okay? So you read from here.
Sorry. From
Miki.
Miki nam sheki nyamsu nyongwa kang yin pa.
By the way, he's defining them. Okay.
Teni tongwa yin no.
Yeah.
Nawe nam sheki nyamsu nyongwa kang yin pa teni tepa yin. No.
Yeah,
Miki nam sheki nyamsu nyongwa kang yin pa teni nampar shepa yin no.
Keep going.
Na tang che tang luki nam she sum ki
Ki.
nyam su nyong wa kang yin pa teni tok pa yin te tarna.
Yeah, you don't need the rest. Okay, this is the punchline, or this is the explanation. Kramer's going to explain it to you. Start with Mick.
Mickey Namshe.
Anything you experience with
Your eyes.
we call I saw.
Right.
Now's the second one.
Right. Nawe Namshe.
Anything to do experience with your ears?
With your ears.
Yeah, what's the clue for the spelling?
R, like ear.
R is in ear and S is in nose, okay? Because we're going to have both our homonyms, same high tone, nasal, na and na. Okay, so my trick to remember is the one with the R is the ear, and the one with the S is nose. Okay, so Nawi Namshi.
Those are the things we hear.
That's easy, tupa, but we're interested in the third and the fourth. Here we go.
Yigi namshe.
Means? Explain.
Your mind conscious, your mental consciousness.
Yeah, good. Your mental faculty.
We
What?
call Namasheva.
Yeah, meaning you say I understood it when you did understand it. Or you say I understood it when you didn't understand it. To say I understood it when you did understand it is Arya. To say you understood it when you didn't understand it is non-Arya. Okay, here. Now, what the heck is the other one? Because, by the way, he went out of order here. To realize. What does it mean to realize? Here's the punchline. Sna. Which sounds like snot also. Okay. And taste and when it touches you, okay, those three consciousness, when you experience it with that, that's what I mean by tokpa.
Wow, that's
Yeah. Have you ever tasted this taste before? No? I never have tasted such a bad coffee as the other day. Okay. Okay. Burned and,
burned and burned.
And I was being an Arya. I was telling the truth. No, there's a consistency, there's a matching between what I said and what I experienced. Okay? What would be non-Arya? You meet the lady who made it and you say, oh, that was so delicious.
Sosuke can be Arya sometimes.
Exactly. Exactly. No, say it again. Say it again. Because this is the punchline.
Yeah, totally.
Say it again.
In that sense, Sosuke can be Arya sometimes.
Yeah. And that's where we're going.
Yeah.
That's where we're going. Okay?
Because it's conventional. We're only talking
Yeah.
tempa.
But then we're going to get into, if you call it deceptive reality, then it's non-real.
Right. And that's where Gyaltsab Je's
And then Gyaltsab Je gets pissed off. He gets pissed off, okay? His next thing is to get pissed off. Guess why? Someone says, if it's kunzop, it's
fake. It's not true.
Say it again.
It's a lie.
Say it again.
Not real.
Yeah, not real, okay?
It's a nominal.
Okay? The normal things in the world are not real
Right.
because there's a discrepancy. And Gyaltsab Je says,
Nagarjuna off too.
he says,
Not real, you mean not exist, because they're not. No.
he said,
He wouldn't say that they're real.
This is when you
We've been
say
using that for
Kanchana will draw mustache.
That's fake.
he calls it here, Ngento. Evil thought. Evil thought.
What's he
Well, it
saying
refers
for
back
not real? He's saying neva? Because he can't be saying no, because
Oh, the guy says Yung Gel.
Yungel, contradictory to existence.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
Cool.
yeah,
Oh, Jung.
I think contradictory to
that's fine.
Nagarjuna said before.
yeah. And then Gyaltsab gets pissed off and says, evil thought, evil
It
idea.
refers back to one of the earlier of the 60 verses.
Yeah, don't tell me just because it's not what you thought it was, it doesn't exist. And because that implies you can do whatever the hell you want. There's no good karma, there's no bad karma. That's it. And that makes it truly a evil thought, okay? Because you're likely to do a bad deed then.
Yeah.
Well, then there's no good karma. Then I can lie, I can cheat, it doesn't matter, okay?
Do you translate hope here as realize?
Yeah.
Given that it's associated with smelling and tasting and I think
Well, I'll tell you this, okay? Now listen to this. He had to explain it.
Right.
So it's okay.
So therefore,
We can use a word.
you
that
must use a confusing word.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
You must use a confusing word because he felt he had to explain it. And if you unconfuse it, then he's being redundant when he explains it. So don't make him a fool. You're supposed to put a word that's not clear. And then he gets credit for clearing it up. Got it?
Yeah.
So never anticipate the guy's joke. Don't tell the other people the end of the joke before he gets to tell the end of the joke. This is a good translation. Okay. Shogi Shmoki.
Thank you, Geshe.
Yay!
Now comes the.